ShieldMore, we in the building, man. Let's get it.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yo, salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody here rocking in the building. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am one of your hosts, Graphk Raider. I am here with my big brother, Wasted Talent, and my little bro, Hammer. What's good, brothers?
Man, it's a wonderful Sunday being able to lock in with y'all, man. I tell you what, man, I've been wanting to really talk about a lot of things that have been going on, and I don't want to get on without my bros. So it's time, man. I've been waiting for this.
There you have it. Hammer, what's good, bro? I knew. See, you would start the show on mute. You would start the show on mute, bro.
Whatever. Happy Sunday, nation.
Fuck that shit, man. Whether you guys are watching from Hammer's channel, my channel, Wasted's channel, it does not matter. Just make sure you hit them thumbs up, pay your bar tabs and all that good stuff, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on all three channels. We have a few of our other brothers about to pull up on the live as well. I said, man, look, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Atlanta right now on vacation. Nothing like doing a coffee and convo with my bros because this don't happen too much. You know what I mean? I think we only do really coffee and convos with ShieldMore. We're in Vegas. That's like the only time it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's good to catch my bros on a nice Sunday morning, man, early Sunday afternoon so we can shoot this shit. There's a lot to unpack tonight, you guys. I know a lot of people have not heard my brother's takes yet on the whole Josh Jacobs situation, the tweet that happened yesterday. I don't know if you guys seen this today too. Dalvin Cook apparently just came out and said he is looking for a significant offer. He's not taking a $4 to $5 million deal. It's not going to happen. So there's a standstill right now with the running back position in the NFL, man. And if Josh stands on that tweet, we may be in for a little ride here shortly, man. How are you feeling about that tweet, Wasted?
Bro, to be honest with you, man, I feel like Josh Jacobs is gotta make sure that he has everybody else on the same sheet of music with him. Yeah. I respect what he's doing, man. Like, and you touched on that yesterday, man. You had a great, a great comment about, him trying to feed his family. Like, people think that the NFL is like this unlimited amount of money, man. And it's not, bro. Like, these guys have a bigger overhead. Yeah, they make millions of dollars, but they might be paying for 2 or 3 households. They might have 2 or 3 baby moms. They might be paying for their mother or their father's house. They got taxes. They got all kinds of things, right? And then when you hear that contract number, you don't put in to the equation the agent fees. You don't put into the equation, them maintaining their bodies. You don't put into the equation taxes and what state that they're in. And they could be getting destroyed in taxes. Listen, man, I have no problem with what he's doing. The only thing is that he needs to make sure that he's not the only one, because all of these running backs, from him to Saquon to Dalvin Cook, these are the best running backs in the National Football League. They all need to get together and they need to all stand pat and demand that they get paid properly. I just don't understand why the Players Association isn't getting behind these guys.
Makes no sense at all.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. Hammer, how you feeling? Live from TRL Studios, Raider Carson Daily News. Salute to our brother, man. How you feel about the tweet, man? And what did you get from it?
With Dalvin Cook, look, dude is going to be betting on himself now that he's a free agent. So good luck with that. You're not trying to get anything less, whatever the case may be. With Jacobs, I said it to you during the live yesterday in the chat that I realistically think when it comes to Jacobs, like, he's thinking long term. He's thinking about his family. He's thinking about life after football. I get it. We know his value. We've talked about how the running back position has been depreciated over these last few years. Realistically, they're really leaning more towards a heavy passing game and mobile quarterbacks more so than the running back. And it sucks.
Yeah, I agree, man. Shout out to everybody with the supers real quick before we get back to Wasted. Shout out to John. He was just trying to see how you guys are doing up there with the whole air quality and all that. He also said, Hammer, love you, big dog. Hope you're staying safe too over there on the Beast Coast. Happy Sunday, big bro. Just taking care of the homies, man. Salute to our brother John, always looking out. And also shout out to Lewis. This is the most phenomenal default picture in the world. One of the greatest YouTube shorts in the history of Raider YouTube. Wasted talent. Good morning, brothers. No one wants to pay running backs, man. Shout out to Gonzalez, man. We appreciate you on that, man. Go ahead, Wasted. What you got, bro?
Yo, you know, the problem with the running back thing, right? For teams, it's subjective to how exactly they're viewed, right? For the 49ers, they pay running backs. They have to pay running backs because they had Jimmy Garoppolo there. They have Bryce Purdy, a guy that is a good back, but he's not proven, right? Mm-hmm. And also for the Raiders and Josh Jacobs, singularly, and forget everyone else, Jimmy Garoppolo's never had over 500 passing attempts in his career.
Yeah.
So you know that, you know, Josh Jacobs is going to be the bell cow. Now, they say they can do the running back by committee thing. The problem is that you can have a committee of running backs that are all shitty. We got a guy who's led the league in rushing. So do you want to chance that? You got Brandon Bolden still on this roster. Brandon Bolden has never, ever really done anything of significance in the National Football League. You have Amir Abdullah, who's a glorified special teamer, and you have three unproven guys. So for this team, for the offense to work, if you're thinking that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be behind center throwing a ball around, you know, freaking 600 times, that just ain't going to happen, man. You need Josh Jacobs. He is an integral part of everything that they built this offense off of. And I don't understand why they haven't gone to the table and made more of a priority about this. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo in 2019, he had 476 passing attempts. 2020, he had 140 because he got hurt. 2021, he had 441 passing attempts. And last year, he had 308.
Yeah.
Listen, man. So let's look at real quick. I don't mean to get
hey, bro, get analytical. Let's talk that shit, bro.
But let's look at, you know, Derek Carr, right? Derek Carr's career passing. I'm just saying we got to base it off of the quarterback.
Go ahead,
For you, right? But we just want to put it in perspective. Fuck you ever. So I'm trying to put it in perspective. How many passing attempts? 599 in 2014. 573, 560. I mean, let's just go in the last few years. 626 in 2021. 502 last year because Josh and him kind of took the air out of the ball. I mean, he's always routinely had over 500 passing attempts.
Yeah,
you know, that's significant.
No, it is. It is. But the one thing is, you go back to the Niners, right? You say they pay their running backs. Has that turned out well for them? They haven't won a ring. Yeah, some NFC championships. Yeah, a few Super Bowl here and there. But, bro, what the Niners have the luxury is they always draft well on the defensive side of the ball. So they don't have a million, you know, crazy contracts on the defensive side of the ball. They can afford to pay the running back, and it still hasn't turned in any jewelry, though. Wasted. You know what I mean? Like, you always have to look at the balance, both sides of the coin. Like, I want to pay Jacobs. Like at this point, I look at Hunter Renfrow as a luxury on this offense. He's not needed. If you can get rid of him and pay that money to Josh, I'm cool with that because Josh means more to this offense than Hunter Renfrow. You got a bunch of guys, DeAndre Carter, Trey Tucker, Jacoby Meyer, all these guys that can play in the slot. If you have to move on from him in order to keep him around, then do that. But paying running backs just does not equate to rings.
This is the difference to me, right? Now, this is a team that's been in a Super Bowl, right? This is a team who's routinely in the playoffs every single year, and they've gone to a couple of championship games. Would you trade places with them right now, being in Oakland?
No, bro, definitely. But let's see, our like our hurt, bro. Our pain is totally different. Yeah. I would love to be that team to be fighting for a Super Bowl every year. Don't get me wrong. I'm just going off of what they haven't done based on what they have.
So the reality of it is that they didn't draft a Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow level quarterback.
Facts.
That's the reality of it. And until we do, this is the way that we have to proceed forward if we want to win. Like, I want to go to a Super Bowl. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
But first things first, you got to crawl before you walk. Let's make us into a winning program first. Let's get there first. Like,
Agreed.
you don't see teams. It's very rare where you see a team go from one extreme to the next. You
Yes.
have to get to the point where you're a perennial winner, and then you build towards that.
Well, the Niners were one of them. The Niners were the anomaly because they went from like 2-14 one year into the Super Bowl the following year. So it happens. It does. It can happen, but that is one team that actually built their shit the right way, and they got there. You know what I mean? So this is not me taking away because that's a great point, Wade. So you have a great take. You just always have to kind of have the devil advocate.
Hey, listen, you know how we got to do, bro.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Look, my coffee hasn't kicked in yet, bro. So you know what I mean? I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta talk some shit real quick. Shout out to John, man. How's the fam? Visit Graphk. It's beautiful, man. You're getting some good barbecue with some homemade pies out there. Love the Josh Jacobs show yesterday and appreciate your takes on him. Now, man, salute to you, John, and I appreciate you, bro. Just like he said in the chat, took care of all the boys, sent some supers to everybody. Salute to him, bro. You already know what it is, Corrigan. That's our guy.
Appreciate
salute
you, bro.
Old school real quick, too, before we get back to this conversation. Old school, how does the front office explain to Josh Jacobs how they paid a free agent wide receiver $11 million who he didn't need, who won't come close to the production that Josh Jacobs will provide, not to mention his leadership qualities? You want to take the hammer?
That's valid as fuck, though.
It is.
Like, look, you brought in somebody who really didn't have a great few years in New England up until last year with his performance, 64 receptions, 807 yards, 6 touchdowns, and like everything was highs for his career. But it doesn't make sense. And we've talked about things that we've done during the offseason, really focusing on this defense, but you did bring in some offensive pieces via free agency. And for what? When you have this guy, you're squatting 550 pounds. What the fuck are you doing that for when you've carried this team literally on your back the last 2 years with your performance? Why is JJ8 not getting paid yet? This shit does not make any sense.
This is the thing, man. And I said this on the live yesterday. There's no really wrong thinking about this situation. Like I look at every side as right. Like you don't want to pay him. I get it. You want to pay him. I get it. Like it's just a tough situation to be in when you have literally statistically your best player sitting on the sideline right now saying, I'm not going to take this franchise tag. And by him putting out that tweet yesterday, I'm going to be honest with you. I said this on my live yesterday. I believe that Josh is very strong-minded. He stands on what he believes in. And I think that he is going to try and sit this out as long as possible.
But we also did hear from the presser earlier this week from Josh McDaniels that these guys are still talking. Just because he's not signing the franchise tag doesn't mean anything. And we still have till July to get a deal done. It's better for us. OTAs, mini camps, good. Let this dude just rest. After all the fucking work that he put in this past season, let the dude rest. Let them come to negotiations come July and start a training camp. He'll be out on the field for us. But until then, just let this rock right now. Like McDaniels is good. He's saying that both sides are good right now. Maybe it's something that he's using as a ploy for everybody wants to hear that and keep everybody calm right now. But just let it run its course over these next few weeks, and let's see what the hell happens.
And go ahead, Waston. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I don't think anything. I don't think it's any posturing, right? I think that everybody has a role to play right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like punching a bully in the mouth, right? You know, these guys want to establish themselves as hard negotiators. Last year, they kind of came into this thing and they were spending like, drunken sailors last year. They came in, they gave everybody contracts, and they looked like easy marks. And the only person they were tough on was Josh Jacobs. And they went out there and they got other running backs, right, to fulfill that role. And I think they did that because they've already showed they have an inherent positional value on running backs, and that value isn't as high as people would think, right? But now the reality of it is that Josh Jacobs is essentially their most important piece on offense. It is not, and look, Devontae Adams might be the best player on offense, but Josh Jacobs is the most important. Yes. And I think that they need to calibrate their expectations of how they do this, because they can't just view him like every other running back. It's people, places, and things. His value to the Raiders singularly is more valuable than almost any other running back in the National Football League. I mean, you can look at the Christian McCaffrey contract, right? Yeah. And grab real quick, right?
No, hand me your thing, bro. You good.
Christian McCaffrey has a 4-year, $17 million contract, right? Signing bonus of $10 million, average salary of $4.3 million, $17 million in guaranteed.
Yeah.
And $17 million at signing, right? I don't understand why the Raiders can't fly a little close to the sun on that and make it a 3-year deal.
Okay. I agree.
I really don't get it.
Now let me bring this take to the table real quick. Shout out to Max. I want to answer his question. Did any of the Super Bowl Patriots ever pay their back or just franchise tag them? Well, I'm not going to go about. I'm gonna say this. They usually stuck to the same game plan when it came to running back. Right now, the Patriots are paying their running back room more money than any team in the league. But that's a running back by committee. That's 4 or 5 running backs. They're not paying one running back $12 million. They're not paying one running back $13 million. Right now, the Patriots are spending $12.23 million in active roster cap space devoted to their 5 running backs.
But this this is the problem right here. Like, look, this is not the New England Patriots. Ziegler and McDaniels need to think for them fucking selves. Like, realistically, look, we don't need to really go running back by committee. Bolden hasn't done shit. You can pay Jacobs and you have 3 fucking young on rookie contracts running backs. You have Bolden. I mean, not Bolden. You have Brown. You have White. You have McCormick. Why the fuck are we doing this right now? Think for yourselves. This is the best guy you have on offense. Fucking pay him. That's it.
And you know what's crazy, Hammer? When people bring up the New England Patriot caveat, it's the one humongous thing that they never bring up. We don't have Tom Brady under center, bro. A lot of the shit that the Patriots did and it worked is because they had 12 under center. You're the greatest quarterback of all time. You got lucky that he had the mentality to take money less. You got lucky that you weren't paying him first round money and you paid him peanuts for the first few years of his career. You got fucking very, very lucky that he was willing to just put winning over everything else. And until you have a Tom Brady in the building, I mean, hell, until you have a Josh Allen in the building, you can't view this from the same prism as the Patriots, bro. You can't.
They really got to stop with that. Like, and you guys were talking about San Francisco before and how they turned a shit team and had a huge turnaround. I really wish that we would have went this route and had a legend like Charles Woodson as our GM making conscious decisions, because look at what John Lynch has done and turned around that fucking franchise in Santa Clara. That shit is fucking crazy. Whatever. Like, it is what it is. I know that's not our team, but realistically, this dude has done a phenomenal job as a GM out there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about John Lynch is you got to look at John Lynch's background, right? As what he did in college, you know, the route that he wanted to take his post NFL career on. It does not look like, and you know, humbly, we've all had a conversation with Charles Woodson in person, right? And it doesn't look like Charles Woodson is the kind of guy who is interested in being in a front office, because if he was, everyone would roll a red carpet out for him to be in the front office, right?
Yeah, he told us that he wants nothing to do with it.
He told us, you know, I didn't want to, you know, just put that, but he said he doesn't want to do that. He is an entrepreneur. So just because you're a former player doesn't make you coherent. We've had former players throughout the history of the Raiders in the front office in Al's ear. You know, we've had Marcel Reese in Mark's ear, and how good is that done for us? You know what I'm saying? I just think that, you know, with John Lynch is a guy who was definitely a guy who was involved in personnel. Like, he wanted to be that. That's what he aspired to do his post NFL career, and that's why he's good at it. You know, I just think that we need to have somebody that's good. Like Howie Roseman is a pencil pushing little freaking accountant pretty much, and he's the fucking best GM in the National Football League. I just want somebody who's good, bro. I don't need him to be a former player, bro. But I think Zieg is that, and that's the thing. I think Ziegler, and this is the reason why I'm going to respect the process, like Josh McDaniels said, because there's nothing happening right now. Him not being there, he's getting his work in. Josh Jacobs knows what he needs to do to prepare for the National Football League. It is not like he's a rookie. This guy's a star player. He knows what he needs to do. He knows the speed of the game. He's fine.
I think, and real quick, what you were just saying about Zieg, bro, I think once this regime gets all the guys that they want and they move out all the guys that don't feel what they have, then we can truly analyze these guys and say, holy shit, now this is who they are. You know what I mean? They're still going through the process of elimination at this point. They're still trying to figure out what works, what sticks, what doesn't. You know what I mean? So I think once we get that situated and we start winning some ball games, I think then we can really look at Zeke and say, okay, this guy is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. I get exactly the approach they're taking on Josh Jacobs, but I also get Josh Jacobs' approach as well. You know what I mean? So it makes all the sense in the world for him to sit out as long as he can to see if he can get that deal. And it makes all the sense in the world for Zeke and Josh to stand firm and say, we're not paying you right now. If you want to get that 10 million, get that 10 million. It is what it is. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Shout to Primos. Doesn't matter what QB we have. The offense runs through Josh Jacobs. He makes a difference even by not touching the ball, setting up the play action passes, etc. Primos, I agree with you, but there are other quarterbacks in this league where if you had them, the offense wouldn't have to run through Josh Jacobs. I agree with you. There's none that's available to us. You know what I'm saying? But when you have, the Jalen Hurts, the Patrick Mahomes of the world, and all these big time, Josh Allen, which Josh Allen could always use that workhorse running back in Buffalo. If he had one, I think they'd be a lot further along in the process. They'd probably be a real Super Bowl contender at this point. You know what I mean? And they've been year in and year out, but they kind of make it there and then they're gone. You know what I mean? Like if Josh was in Buffalo, bro, they probably end up winning the shit. For real. Big Mike.
Yo. What's up, bro? What's going on? Hammer over here, hosting TRL over here, bro.
Yeah, bro. I tell you, bro. This shit's crazy, bro. I said Raider Carson Daily News, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yo, salute to our brother, man, Big Mike Raider. If you guys are not subscribed to our brother yet, what are y'all waiting for, man? Go subscribe to our brother, Big Mike Raider, on YouTube. Let's get him up to 1,000. I think we're about 150 away, man. So go subscribe to our brother. Also, you guys hit that subscribe on Hammer's channel, Waste's channel, my channel. Run them numbers up. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. How do you feel, Big Mike, at this point about the whole Josh? I know you've seen the Josh tweet now, right? Yeah. And we're going to talk about some other things, but right now, this has been the whole talk in the nation about this whole tweet. How do you feel about what he put out in the universe yesterday, man?
It's tough to say, man, because it's like, is he talking about stuff outside of football? And if he is, quit doing that, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you put out stuff that's kind of cryptic, people start thinking immediately you're talking about football. Yeah, and we've seen it time and time again where it's like you start speculating on what he's talking about. You're like, no, it's not even about that. Blah blah blah. You want to backpedal. Come on,
he consistently does that, Mike. Like with everything. If that wasn't about football, that's crazy. I think that Josh Jacobs might be the greatest troll of all time because I put a video out there last night. Big Mike was dying about that shit because people were hitting us up left and right. I know they were hitting me up. Why is he working at the Titans facility? Woo woo. He knew what he was doing with that logo under him. There was going to be more speculation. For those who don't know or didn't see the video last night, he was working out at his old high school in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They were known as the Titans at his high school and blah, blah, blah. But the logo was clearly right under him, right? So I personally think that Josh Jacobs is smart enough to understand what he's doing when you do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So I do think he's trolling, and I do think that is the new wave, with these young cats. We know how it goes. But look, man, at the end of the day, he deserves this money, but this regime deserves to treat this situation delicately and handle it the way they want to handle it. And I'm here for either, for whatever decision is made, I'm here for it. Real quick, man. Yeah, shout out to LV, man. Our dog Mitch, I told y'all he's about to go in there and kill Jermaine Illuminor yesterday, man. He smoked his boots in that wing contest. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, the iron stomach of Raider Nation. Mitchell Renz went in there and destroyed Jermaine Illuminor yesterday. Man. Salute to Mitch. Shout to Kane Town as well, man. Salute, brother. Shout to old school. The Pats had a running back because they never had an elite back. Well, I mean, if you go back to the days of the Curtis Martins of the world and who else they had? Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon. Yeah. Corey Dillon. You know what I mean? Yeah, they had. And I'm gonna be honest. I think they have one right now that's elite with Stevenson. He's still on a rookie deal right now, and we'll see what they do with him once that that contract is up. But to me, he's going to be an elite back. He already possesses a lot of elite traits. He can get done in the passing game, the run game. That's a guy, bro, that I look at as an elite. I'm looking at him in fantasy football immediately. Yeah. Immediately.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, but I agree. Old school, I get it. But they also had LeGarrette Blount too. Facts.
Yeah, and also to be honest with you, man,
Corey Dillon. That's what.
Yeah, we just said that, right?
Yeah.
But yo, this the thing with the Patriots. We keep looking back to the Patriots, bro. The one thing the Patriots had was number 12. They had number 12, and not for nothing, the Patriots always ponied the cash up on the defensive side of the football. They always paid at least 3 of those guys. Now, it would be times where they'd have to separate themselves and get another guy and draft another guy, but they always had to pay somebody on that side of the ball, man. Yeah. You had to pay Richard Seymour. You had to. They paid Richard Seymour a couple of times, and then they let him go to the Raiders. We traded for him, whatever. But you know, we can go over all of the years. They paid Willie McGinnis. They paid guys over there. So that's the difference, man. A lot of times, the National Football League, with the way things are structured, you have to have a ham no burger kind of situation where, okay, are we a defensive team? Are we an offensive team? Or are we a balanced football team? I think that what they're trying to build here is with the Patriots, where they were a balanced football team. The Patriots were always able to play any style of football that you needed. If you needed Tom to light it up, they can light it up.
Real quick, shout out to Vivid, man. I keep saying this, but salute to you. Probably didn't see it. It's a rental car, so it's going back in a few days. So I'm not really too worried about it. But I appreciate that. Everybody's been hitting me up like you tripping with the plates at the back. I'm like, look, it's going right back to the rental spot here shortly. So thank you guys, man, for doing that.
If y'all want to go pull up to that rental space in Biloxi, Mississippi, y'all have a good time.
Right.
But salute to Vivid. I appreciate you, brother. Love you too, King. Let me see. I think our Purdue guy is going to shock some fans. LV, man, we've been talking about this, bro. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to go check out the Stu show the other day. Stu had some great words for Aiden O'Connell, and some great insight, you know what I mean, on what he's brought into the table at Purdue. You know what I mean? The guy was I think he said 8th on the depth chart at the quarterback position, and then ended up just working his way up to being a starter, man. And he actually has some cool success. You know, I mean, he has some really good success at Purdue. I mean, I know they didn't win a national championship, but let's be honest, it's a million football teams in college football. It's very, very difficult to win the big one. But LV, bro, I believe in AO. But in a perfect world, we want to see Jimmy G out there. We don't want to see AO at all this year or next year. Shit, if possible, you know what I mean? So, you know.
Hey, salute to my guy Hotep Jesus in a place to be, man. Hey, Hotep, man, we gotta get you on Built Different, bro.
Facts.
We'll call you after the show, man. Salute to my guy Hotep, man.
Shout out to our dog Hotep doing big things over there, man, on their channel, man. I love it. Salute to you guys over there, man. Definitely. Let me see. Shout out to Nation's Own. Salute to ShieldMore. Salute to the chat.
Efficacy salute, bro.
AOC for the spot. No need for a first round. Apparently, AO would have been a first round pick if he went the year prior. That's what a lot of people were saying, that he would have been a first round guy. I'm not going to say that's true.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that, bro. They do this all the time, especially when we draft people. They always they oversell and then the people underdeliver. Let's let the guy come on in here, earn his bones, go out on the field. Let's evaluate the guy on the field. We do this shit all the time, bro. Like I remember when we drafted Obi Melafane. They were talking about
don't talk about the goat out of Connecticut.
Bro, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like it's ridiculous, bro. Like we do this shit. It's always one player that we always. I remember years ago. Remember when we got Larry Asante on the scrap heap? And we call him Venom and all this bullshit. like, come on, bro. Like, just let the fucking guy come into camp and play, man. I get tired of that shit, bro.
That shit. Shout out to Raiders Sprayer. I don't know if to pause that or say it's a dope name. Everything is dependent on the O-line. We will be fine at running back regardless. If Josh doesn't work, we can get Dalvin right now, Raiders Sprayer. Just came out. I'm going to show you guys this tweet real quick, real fast. He just look. This is shout out to Dove on Twitter. Update: former Vikings running back Dalvin Cook is looking for a significant contract and free agency. Let's just end the show now, man.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, let's just end.
I'm sorry. We were trying to football nerd it out. It's not happening. God damn it.
Bro, hey, the name Raiders Sprayer it destroyed my whole mindset. So now it's cock and convo. So apparently, but Cook won't sign a $4 or $5 million type of deal. So there you have it.
Oh,
what was Dalvin Cook's contract with Minnesota? What was the deal that he got with them originally?
I think he's supposed to get paid like $14 million or some shit, like next season. It's like a big deal.
Yo, right now, realistically, you're smoking D&D because you just got released. You're expecting to get the same amount of money you were getting before. I doubt it's going to happen. And then they elevated Madison, gave him a contract, and now he's going to be the starting running back for them.
I definitely deserve all those pauses in the comments section. Salute to everybody for pausing. That was definitely one of them ones. Yeah, Salute. Shout out to Devin, man. Morning Nation. Let's hope for a great year with Hemi G at the helm. Salute to our dog, Devin Brown. Salute to Miss Vero. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. He said, Doc still thinking of Fletcher Cox. Pause. God.
Oh, my God. Yo, it's nasty working here. I got to go, man.
This shit is crazy, man. What else is going on in the nation right now, man, that we got going on? You got anything for us, Wasted?
Yeah, man. I mean, right now we're on the Josh Jacobs train, but the one thing that nobody's talking about right now is whether Jimmy Garoppolo is going to make it all the way through training camp. Now, everybody was talking about it last week. Josh McDaniels kind of shoved us and tried to do the pause, and not the pause and reflect, but kind of do the bait and switch and let us know that he's okay. But they've never given any real answers about him or Tyree Wilson. Yeah. Now, the Tyree Wilson thing is weird for me also because I was trying to do a little research and I'm not finding anything, bro. Nobody's saying anything about Tyree Wilson. Hammer, have you heard anything, bro? Because I've been reaching out to people. Nobody has said that this guy is going to be in camp.
For Tyree, no. But that was the same as about a week and a half ago. You guys had asked me any word on Drake Thomas. Have we heard anything about him in OTAs? We didn't hear anything until the middle of this week where McDaniel said what he said. Yeah. Tyree, again, this was pretty much the same when it came to Chandler Jones and Divine Diablo throughout the offseason. We didn't hear shit in regards to their injuries, their recovery, their rehabs. Did they need surgery or not? So it's pretty much the same thing with Tyree right now. And with Jimmy G, Ian Rappaport reported earlier in the week that he's expected to be here at the start of training camp. So at this point in time, I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, real quick, I want to read this real quick to get off the whole Josh Jacobs train, you guys. For those who have not seen Josh McDaniels' latest comments on this situation, I don't know if you guys seen it, but this was him on about the long-term extension. He said the deadline for a long-term deal is not until July. McDaniel said via the team's YouTube, I respect everything about that process. This is not the first time that's happened in terms of me being a part of that. Like I said, I stand by what I said before. I love the kid. I love the player. Love the person. Look forward to when I see him. So there you have it real quick. So that was the last words that Josh McDaniels had on the whole Josh Jacobs front. So, Wasted, earn his balls. Pause. Shout to Kenny Mack. Definitely.
Man, I said bones. I did not say balls. But it is okay.
Hey, Kenny, whatever you can do to take that shit off of my shit, do it. Pause.
Hey, guys, let me ask you a question, man. What do you guys think about right now? The Zamir White caveat and the Britton Brown caveat. What do you guys think about that? Because those are two guys that we really don't have enough tape on to know whether they're going to be effective playing. You know what I mean? Now, I would actually like to see win, lose, or draw with the Josh Jacobs situation. Those two guys get more snaps to kind of take the beating off of Josh, because what normally happens to a running back, they have a 3-year prime and they get the shit beat out of them and then they start getting a lot of nagging injuries, right? And I think Josh Jacobs is starting to approach that apex. I would hope that these younger guys get more touches this year.
Well, here, let me read this then, Wasted. Shout out to, we don't really like well, you know what? This is our coordinator, so not the Lombardi that we're used to hating on the Raiders, but Mick Lombardi said this after practice. We always talk about your role is what you make it. And I think there isn't a greater opportunity than this one in the running back room for those young players like Zamir and Britton. So they've gotten a lot of reps. They've gotten a lot of exposure. They learned a lot. So there's no hiding anymore. Those young players, they sometimes need to learn how to fail to succeed. And I think it's really what you're seeing. And look, I'm not saying Zamir and Britton go out there and mess up every play. I'm not saying that at all. But look, just like you, do anything new, you go out there and you learn from your mistakes, and being able to do that and fix their mistakes. I think that's what they're able to do this spring, and they're doing a great job at that. So that's what we have thus far, with the Zeus, and outside of him slimming down a little bit, he looks really good out there. He looks really in good shape. I haven't heard anything about Zamir. Britton Brown though, outside of what Mick Lombardi's comments were.
Well, with Zeus, we had this you were talking about him yesterday during the live, and look, Zeus White last year scared the shit out of me. His vision was god awful. I get it. You're up at the next level. It's a lot faster, but He had like 2 runs for over 15 yards. That was against Seattle and Denver, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Like,
I think it was like 21 and 17, something like that.
So hopefully year 2 like will be his bounce back, and hopefully he finds. Oh God, this is going to be pause worthy. Hopefully he finds the correct holes to fill. Yeah, I said it. Go ahead. And hopefully can run his ass off, because like realistically, we saw what the offensive line did last year. We have a lot of these guys back. I just hope that he gets it together, and hopefully we see some better out of him this coming year.
Hey, real quick, shout out to the toilet bowl God. We got our brother B in the building. Salute to B real fast.
Listen, I heard a toilet bowl flush, and it's once you hear it, it's like Santa Claus on Christmas. You hear the jingle bells jingling, Santa Claus appears. When you hear a toilet bowl flush, the story of itself appears.
Hey, the Raider Royal Flush. That's what we're gonna call B. The Raider Royal Flush. Salute to our brother B in the building, man.
Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to the nation. How y'all doing?
Hey, did you see Josh's tweet yesterday, man, about him kind of taking a stand? How do you feel about that too, bro? Want to get your take on it?
I like it, but and I don't know if you guys touch base on this, but Vikings just cut Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different running backs. I know Melvin Gordon's a little bit older, but there's a lot of.
Oh hell no, we don't want the fumble god.
No, I don't want him at all. But what I'm saying is it's like around the league, like it's not helping his cause that there's serviceable backs that are free agents right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys like touch base on that already, in the show, but it's not helping his cause. Do I think that he deserves it? Of course, 100%. Yeah. Will it happen? That's to be determined. Ultimately, he had the most rush yards in the whole league last year. So, of course, I think
this is the thing though, B. If Josh doesn't say Josh decides on sitting out, right? We're not looking at any other running backs. We have a bunch of them already on our roster. So the whole Cooks and all these other guys that are available, to be honest, Zeke, it doesn't really matter. They're going to go with the young.
Zeke's regressing for sure.
Oh no, he's done. Zeke. I mean, don't get me wrong. He can still play some football, but he's not the same Zeke at all. Right. You're paying Zeke to be Zeke, and you're not getting that anymore. Right. So
Zeke can't wear no croc top no more. That six-pack turned into a keg. It's crazy right now.
Yo, that shit is funny. Now, hey, wait, I'm gonna hit you about something right there. I'm gonna hit you about something real quick. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna send you a text, bro. So now, hey, funny shit in the chat. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Hey, OG, hey, bro, man, come on, man. Hey, look, man, I am officially Sincere McCormick's agent. I'm telling y'all now, man. My client is about to go out there and work wonders, man.
Hey, real quick, guys, let me ask y'all a question, man. I mean, we've been talking about offense. He's got an offensive-minded head coach, but the thing that scared the hell out of me this whole offseason is the fact that we're depending on a lot of young guys. Up front, we're depending on a lot of young guys in the defensive secondary, right? And a lot of people have Bilal Nichols as a guy that's going to get cut. And I'm hearing that Bilal Nichols is going to be a mainstay on the defensive line. I mean, what are you guys hearing about Bilal Nichols, man?
Yeah, same thing, man. I mean, I had him getting cut because of, the money situation, saving some money. But I think what this regime is doing, it seems like that they have continuity right now, that they don't really want to get rid or add too many people. I said this a couple months ago that even in the secondary, I think that they think that they're already set in the secondary, So I don't see them adding another guy like a Peters possibly. I mean, I even said if Peters does join this team, is going to be during the training camp time. But I think that if the guys that we do have now are ahead of the curve and they're already ready to go, ready to play, they look like they can be, starters, good rotation. They don't need another guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So, hey, Wasted. Let me tell you this real quick. Speaking about Bilal, shout out to my guy Teddy Garcia. He actually inboxed me on Instagram the other day, and he had an interesting take. I didn't see this, so maybe I just missed it. But he said, "Yo, Graphk, been watching your vids. Just wanted to share some insight and some info about Bilal Nichols' production last year. There's reports of him tearing his meniscus last year, which is why he didn't do so well. Not sure how true that is, but if it is, it explains a lot. And Elite Man said, Bilal looked yoked up. He's in shape. He knows he has to perform. You know, a couple years ago, we just talked about his production in 2020 with Scout the other day, and he looked really good out there with the Chicago Bears. There was a reason why Champ Kelly went out and got his guy. So maybe there is some truth to that. I don't know. Even Teddy kind of was questioning if that was true. But if that is true, that makes all the sense in the world. But we want those battles in camp on the defensive line. We want as much talent at the defensive tackle position that we can get because we've struggled there so much, man. You know, the past decade, a couple decades to be honest with you.
Say, we want depth and we want nice rotational pieces at the interior line. So
how many defensive tackles you guys got making it? 4?
Nah,
that's tough, man. Because 4,
I got more than that.
Yeah,
6.
Yeah. I want to say
so. All right, so the 6.
Yeah,
so right,
5, right. I mean,
so D got 5. D got 5. I'm with Big Mike's.
Guys, I'm looking at it from we drafted. I'm discounting the rookies that we drafted because if they drafted them, they're not going to cut them in camp. That's some John Gruden shit.
So take Byron Young off. He'll be there. Okay.
Yeah. So that's right there. Jaden.
7th round pick. He still has to make the roster. He'll probably be a practice squad guy, but I'm hearing good things about him as well. So I don't know. You might not be able to protect him on practice.
Next to Jay Severa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking both of those guys will probably make it, right? And maybe practice squad. So that's why I'm saying the 4 guys that are vets, right? So I'm looking at Bilal Nichols. I'm looking at Jerry Tillery. I'm looking at Adam Butler and Neil Thick Frame Farrell, man. You know what I mean? And I think that,
he's been getting high praise this offseason, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Neil Farrell's going to be there. I got Matthew Butler actually probably not even making this team.
Yeah, I got Matthew Butler.
And that was a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago, Wasted, because I had asked you, there was a chance that either Butler or Farrell were not going to be on this roster come week 1. And I think it's going to be Butler is going to be the odd man out. I think
he's going to be on a practice squad. I think they're going to find a way to just put him away. He hasn't done enough for another team to come calling. You know what I mean? With a buck, he's a 5th rounder. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, he hasn't proven anything. I know he put on some muscle this off season, but look, it's still early. So he may go, he may get out the training camp and ball out. But Artillery, they brought that guy back. They brought him back and gave him another year deal. He's going to make this roster. Bilal Nichols, if they haven't gotten rid of him yet to save that money to go bring in a veteran like Kyle Van Noy or Marcus Peters, he's going to make this roster. Adam Butler's a good name that you brought up. I'm hearing good things about him, the veteran. He may be here. But I don't know, man. Look, what's his name? Jordan
Willis.
Jordan Willis.
Oh, Jordan Willis. I forgot about him.
Got to kick in, kick out. You know what I mean? I think he'll be here. Yeah. And I don't know if John Jenkins is going to be on this roster. Salute to
he's
him.
Not. He's a depth guy. He's a guy that they're bringing in to push guys in camp. I would think.
Yeah. But, I mean, I got 6, man. Because, look, you need as much help on that. And mind you, there's going to be some other guys that's going to kick in, we might see Tyree Wilson kick in a lot.
We're talking purely interior line and defensive line, though, right?
Just interior defensive line.
Just cleaner defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Then you might be onto something wasted with just the 4. To be honest, I don't know, man.
I'm still nervous about our linebackers. I put the tweet out yesterday. PFF had ranked by positions going into the season. We don't have a single linebacker that was ranked in that top 32. That kind of bothers me. Everything else, receivers, running backs, edge. We have 2 tackles on the list, a center. Even Jimmy G is on that list. We have Nate Hobbs on that list. Jerron Harmon, who's a free agent, was on that list. I'm really, really nervous right now about our linebackers.
I was mad. I was mad that Perriman, that we didn't re-sign Perriman.
I was about to ask B, was Perriman ranked in the top 32 last year because he was hurt?
No, I don't think he was.
I don't know, but I know he was leading I'm pretty sure last year he led us in tackles. And if it wasn't last year, it was a year prior to that. He was.
Devon Diablo actually was leading.
Yeah, Devon Diablo was leading until he went down with the injury. The year before it was Perriman.
Hey, you know what, you guys? What if I said this? What if I said linebacker is the new running back position on the defensive side of the ball?
No.
It's funny. I agree totally because I agree completely because it's a necessary evil, but it's an evil that people are not willing to pay for.
Yes. And you look at the market, even in free agency. You know, what's his name? TJ went to Chicago for like $6 million. He's like one of the first linebackers off the board. Went to Chicago, was like $6 million a year. You know what I mean? Like these guys are not getting paid big money at the linebacker position. And a lot of guys are not investing that kind of bread anymore into the linebacker position.
And it all boils back down to this is now a pass-heavy league at the end of the day. That's why the running backs aren't appreciated as much. That's why these linebackers are slowly getting depreciated as well. You know what I mean?
Linebackers can't cover shit. No, I'm trying.
Yeah, no, but bro, like and wasted. Big Bro said this the other day. Like Fred Warner, they don't grow on trees. Like you don't find those kind of guys that can play well in coverage and also play the run well and get to the quarterback here and there. Like it's very, very tough to find linebackers that can do it all. You know what I mean?
Wasted. You play linebacker, right? You play linebacker, and one of the assignments that they asked from linebackers back in the day was cover the running back out of the backfield, swing routes, short routes. These linebackers are asked to go out and coverage, you know, and cover tight ends, sometimes slot receivers.
They want you to go 30 yards down the field covering somebody.
And there was nobody doing that back in the day except for like Derek Brooks running the Tampa 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, they're asking a lot from these linebackers and they want more athletic guys. So that's why you're getting more safety looks. You got another safety coming in. So
kind of more hybrid guys coming out.
Yeah.
Or not even just hybrid, bro. Like they're just converting safeties from college to linebacker.
Because I think that's the new wave right now where these guys were at the furthest. They move up. They can read a little bit better than they did on that college level or just being a safety. Let them get their weight up and they can play that coverage. But it's still, I don't think it's really paid off for a lot of these guys. Like Divine Diablo is still, the verdict is out, but right now we're probably going to see him as a Mike. So that's a little different, but like this shit is really, really tough to say. Where's Andy when we need him? Luke Kuechly's the best linebacker ever.
Oh boy.
Andy has retired.
Didn't we try to do that with Tanner Muse? Like that was a failure. Like
Divine Diablo was a safety.
Wait a minute.
Safety converted to linebacker.
Watch what I tell you. Tanner Muse is not a failure now because Tanner Muse is starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. They got rid of Robert Spillane.
Yeah, what is he playing? Will or is he playing safety?
No, he's playing Will, bro. I think he might even be playing. He's going to replace Robert Spillane. He might be playing Mike.
He might make a Pro Bowl.
He's going to fuck around and make the Pro Bowl, bro. I'm telling you.
Watch this. Waste it. Tanner Muse is not going to make that team.
Hey, look, you say it's not what I'm hearing.
Bro, that guy did not play well in Seattle, a defensive-minded team. Like, bro, I get Tomlin is one of them dogs, one of them guys. Bro, he ain't going to make that roster, bro. He'll be on the practice squad, if anything.
Tanner, high stakes, baby.
Hey, John.
Write it down.
That's gonna be a whole nother hour and a half long show. Trust me. I thought we already did a projected 53
We did.
Yeah,
we did a couple of weeks ago.
John, I'm gonna send you the link to IG to check out that show. We definitely already did that. We do so many damn shows, bro. It's like we can't even keep up with the shit. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody here in the building. Shout out to Tony. Diablo has a breakout here. I think a lot of people are saying that. And Josh McDaniels was singing his praises the other day. Singing his praise, say he's getting better week in and week out. I'm excited about this guy, man, this year. And I'm tired of saying that because I say it every fucking year.
I think like defensively this year, I think Diablo, I think Masterson and Farrell have breakout years on defense this year.
Yeah, the thick frame. Listen, thick frame nation is in the place to be. Thick frame nation is in the place to be. Neil Farrell Jr. is actually the godfather of thick frame nation, and he will make the Raiders Equinox become a part of Raider lore, damn it. I'm telling you, Neil Farrell is going to be one of the guys that everybody's ranting and raving about this year, man, because you know the one thing he needed to do was get his attitude and his weight right. He's done both of them. I always love guys who play from the trenches from the SEC. He played well at LSU. He was a guy that I was very high on coming out of LSU. Mark it down, take a picture. Neil Thick Frame Farrell, baby.
Hey, and this is why I think, too, we didn't bring Denzel back. 29, 30 years old. We're speaking about athleticism at the linebacker position. These guys are going young at the linebacker spot. I think that's another reason why we haven't reached out to Kyle Van Noy. You know what I mean? Why bring in a veteran that's, 32, 33 years old when you got a bunch of young guys, even if they're UDFAs and 6-rounders? You know what I mean? Go ahead, B.
You know what's funny? I actually met Perriman. I'd went to this Neo Soul concert. Don't ask me why I was here, but I was at this Neo Soul concert in fucking inside of Virgin. So don't ask me why I was there. But
you were inside of a Virgin and you met Denzel Perriman at a Music Soul Child concert. Go ahead.
You were inside of Virgin. They were playing Neo Soul.
He walks up to me, right? He walks up to me. I think I had like either Raiders had a Raider jersey on, and he goes, so you're a Raiders fan, huh? And I instantly knew who he was. He's like, some. He goes, you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, bro, you're Denzel Perriman. Well, I know exactly who you are, you know? And he goes, we started shooting the shit for a minute, and I asked him, I'm like, you still want to be here? He's like, of course. He's like, but you know how it goes with contracts, this and that. I'm like, well, I hope to see you here, you know, come next year. This was just this last offseason while I was out there a couple months ago.
You know what? He had to go, man. Anyone that walks up to you and says, do you know who I am? I don't want him on the roster, bro.
Let me ask you a quick question. Did he have on a beanie in 90-degree weather?
He was just trying to like check my temperature, like, you know, see, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the only motherfucker in the Virgin.
Are you a real Raider fan?
Yeah, type shit. You know, I told him, I was like, bro, I used to have season tickets in Oakland. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Born and bred into this shit.
I definitely benefited from those season tickets a lot.
Yeah, you went to that Chiefs game.
Thursday night Chiefs game. The Crabtree. Yeah, as time expired. But remember, Tiff said her feet hurt, so we left 10 minutes early, and I missed all that shit.
You did?
Damn.
Yes, bro.
That's burned.
Tiff decided on wearing fucking heels to Oko. Don't ask why. Raided out, you know, Jacobs jersey. No, it wasn't the Jacobs at the time. It was who do we have? Who was our running back at that point?
It was Latavius Murray.
Latavius Murray, no?
Yeah.
It was Murray. It was Latavius. Had her jersey on and all that. We had to leave, and next thing I know, I'm listening to it on the radio, and I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" I'm driving through Richmond, like I just missed the greatest game of all time.
You were trying to get out of there before the traffic hit, huh? You wasn't trying to be.
Well, that's another reason why I was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll get out of here because you know that traffic was insane at Oko, bro.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, let me get out of here, but man, dog.
That Chief game that they talk about, Latavius Murray was our running back. Then that wasn't 2017, was it? The one with Crabtree where he kept throwing the ball to him at the end.
It might have been
17.
It was. You know what? No, it was. You know what? No, it might have been Marshawn. Marshawn might have been there.
It was 17. It was definitely Marshawn because I was out there back then too. I was out there for the game against the Jets.
But that Chief game where we kept throwing it. Which game are we talking about? The one
it was where it went. I'm pretty sure it went into overtime. Or no, it went to. Was it overtime?
It was 0 seconds left.
Bro, it was when hella penalties kept going off at the
yeah.
Like there was like
was that game? It was Beast. It was the Beast that game.
Penalties, bro.
Let me see. It was.
I thought it was Latavius Murray.
2017.
Yeah. So that was beast mode.
Yeah, it was beast mode. I thought that game was in 2016, bro. I didn't remember Crab playing with but Crab did.
I don't remember him playing with.
I don't remember Crab playing with.
That was the last year that Crab was there. That was the last year.
So it might have been 2016 then, no?
Yeah, I don't remember Crab playing with Marshall.
Bro, I lived in Atlanta and I went to the Saints game, the Titans game. I went to no game in Oakland that year. It was 2017.
That was definitely 17. That was definitely 17.
Yeah.
That was a good game though.
Phenomenal game, and I missed all of it. Shout out to my wife. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe their feet, y'all. Get your questions in. We're coming up on the hour, you guys. You know what I mean? Let's get a little Q&A in. Get everybody involved in the chat. We got Big Mike in the building, B in the building, Hammer, Wasted. You already know what time it is. Let me see. No, it wasn't 2016. Crab was better than Amari always. Hey, well, I loved Crab, man. The hands were, when
it went to Crab jersey, bro.
Me too. I got a few of them. When it went to Crab, you knew he was gonna catch the football.
Yep.
With Amari,
he
was
Mr. Move the Chains, that's for sure.
But bro, I really think that Amari Cooper, bro, I still like Amari Cooper, bro. I do. I think Amari Cooper kind of got a raw deal because dude used to hang him out to dry, bro. And I remember a lot of times, like, dude would throw the ball and some of them passes that Hunter Renfrow catch and get crushed. Amari Cooper not doing that. He's like, bro, listen, bro, you're not hanging me out to dry, bro. I fucked with Cooper too, man.
There's just something about him. I feel like he's soft.
Well, you know why? Because we Raider fans and we all have this thing inside of us, man, where we're most of the time when you're an aggressive person when you're a Raider fan, right? You don't like to see somebody get punked out. When Pac-Man Jones punked out Amari Cooper that time, that's what did it for a lot of Raider fans. Let's be fucking honest, bro. You know, when he ragdolled them up like that, it's one thing to get punked out, but at least, like, even with like Aqib Talib. Now, Aqib Talib is a thug. You know what I mean? Pac-Man Jones is a thug, bro. Like, these other dudes is ball players. But Crab went, at least fucking Crab went and tried to fight the motherfucker.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Coop just took his medicine, bro.
He still did get dogged by Richard Sherman, though. But, I mean,
is Pac-Man a thug?
Oh no, he definitely is.
No, Pac-Man Jones.
Is that a question? Is that even?
No. Look, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in his hometown of the A. I told you guys before I broke my ankle around with him in his camp. He's with the shit, bro. He's with all this shit. Definitely. Shout to Pac-Man Jones. That's my guy. It was his entourage that was tweaking.
One of the best wrestlers in TNA, yo.
Shout out to Walt. You heard what Conley said about Amari. Yeah, shout out to our brother Con, man. He let people get in his head. This is facts. This is facts. And he was really young at that point too, man. I think he's a lot more mature. You see him.
If you could get him the ball in space, bro, like he was fucking quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember he had that one screenplay. It just a little wide receiver scream, and he started fucking darting.
Oh, against the Chargers, right? Against the Chargers that time. Yeah,
he
he got him moused on that, right? He was out of there, bro.
You know, so like, and he was very hot and cold. Like he would have games where it'd be like, 120-yard game, 6 catches, 7 catches, with a TD. But then the next week, it's like 2 catches for 30 yards, and it's like it's too inconsistent, bro.
Bro, like it's crazy how like Carr would have guys. The only wide receiver that's a starter, he's to force the ball to, like, is Devontae Adams. But it was like he never wanted to force the ball. And it would be guys like Crab and like Andre Holmes that he would rely on.
Well,
and he'd be like, why are you not doing that with Coop? It was crazy, man. Like,
hey, you know what I realized, bro?
With Jared Cook, or no, Jared, is that the
Jared, no,
Jared Cook.
Yeah. Like he was pretty comfortable with him before he went to New Orleans. I felt like, but
hey, wasted. I realized there's only 2 guys on the internet that talk about Derek Carr. It's you and another one.
No. Oh, you a bitch.
Shout out to Wi-Fi Wasted. Let's go.
No, we doing it like that now. Okay. All right.
Hey, I take that back, man. I don't want Wasted. Wasted will call me like, let's line that fade up, bro.
Yeah. That's one ventriloquist dummy motherfucker that I can't stand, yo. That I ain't gonna be. I'm always politically correct, man. Fuck that dude, yo.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, Pac-Man said Cooper started it because he kept bumping him during the run play, and it was hella far away. Shout out to Q. Now I do remember that interview where he talked about that. Definitely, it was crap. No, was it cool? Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. The fucking chat is undefeated, bro. For real. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. Look, Coop would score and have that Damian Lillard face. Bro, Coop would score and have that Kawhi Leonard face.
Yes, yeah.
Like
what that laugh, that weird ass laugh type shit, or what?
No, it's just that monotone.
Hey, Hammer, what was that?
That motherfucker sounds like he's taking a shit while he's laughing.
Dude, shout out to 1970. I like this question, man. You guys know I'm not gonna answer it because you already know mine. We'll start with Hammer, man. Who doesn't make it? If you had to pick between 2, man, is it Britton Brown? Oh shit, 3. Oh, both. I think. Damn,
so how many? Whoa, how many are we keeping?
Last year we had 5, right? Did we have 5 last year?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
We ain't
keeping 5 this year.
Amir, we brought Amir back. I think he stays.
Special teams.
Okay, Josh is going to be here. We're putting Josh there regardless, right?
Brandon McCormick.
Zamir's going to be there. Zamir, that's 3 right there. So you want to put let's chill on Sincere real quick because those are 3 guys that I think are going to be here. Now Brandon Bolden, that I think he has this weird infatuation with him. You know what I mean? I feel like if he's still here right now, I don't know. He's going to be here. I think Brandon Bolden's going to be here, bro. You can clear up. Could you clear up $3 million right now? $3 million. And he's still here. So it sucks but I'm gonna say Brandon Bolden's gonna be here.
Ugh.
Then I think Britton Brown, and I don't know. I'm hoping that Sincere McCormick makes this roster and they don't throw him and stash him away on the practice squad. I got Sincere over Britton Brown. How about
I got
that?
Sincere being stashed, bro.
They did it last year. I mean, I know he had a little injury, but
I know that. Well, let's get through preseason, and see who outperforms who.
Yeah. Shout to Lee. Brandon Bolden plays special teams. Yeah, he's definitely a dog on special teams, but you don't pay a special teams guy $3 million. I'm sorry. I'm not paying.
Bolden got to give that 34 back.
Special teams, bro. It seems like they trying to eliminate special teams from the game, bro.
Yeah.
You said the other day they took the foot out of football, bro.
That
Some of the shit that they're doing, bro, they want to make sure that they mitigate as much contactless football as they possibly can, man.
Yeah.
He says, I want Bolden to go, but knowing these guys, McCormick will go.
That's what. Hey, I feel the exact same way. Like he's just, he's just old.
Man. LV, 63 days away from the preseason. We are on our way.
That's crazy. What's up, LB?
Shout out to T Severe. I'm a UCLA fan. Chip knows how to coach running backs. Brown isn't going to produce much as a receiver, but he's a tough one-cut runner that breaks tackles and is good in pass pro. He's similar to James Conner, in my opinion. I've never heard that comparison. We always talked about the Latavius Murray kind of, outside of Britton doesn't run so tall. You know what I mean? Like Latavius just ran so tall. You hit him first take, he's down. Like I think Britton can run through, run through contact. But okay, James Conner. Look, if you can get anything close to James Conner, I'm here for it. You know what I mean?
But that's a stretch though.
I think it's a reach too, but I mean, didn't Conner have like 17 TDs like 2 years ago? Didn't he have some crazy ass number?
Like 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah,
Arizona. He was like the short yardage specialist in Arizona, whatever. Yeah. But bro, like, look, at the end of the day, who gives a shit about the comparisons, bro? Let's compare him to what he's doing for us. You know what I mean? They got to give him some touches. We got to see how that.
Y'all see that picture of AO?
Yeah. Gangster shit, bro. Shout out to AO4, bro. He already buying into the Raiders shit, man. He already buying into the culture.
Motherfucker look like Bob from
Hey, Beavers, I gotta ask you this, bro, because we love you over here, man. With Mal Shimmer, is that really you in the picture, bro? Because I feel like you took a third grade picture as a grown ass man. Shout out to Beavers. We love you, bro, but I feel like you went to like
the background, the photo.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you went to a third grade picture day and took a picture. Like y'all gonna take my
like he went to Target and took his picture.
Yeah.
That shit look like the cover of an 80s R&B album and shit.
Yo, hey Beavers, I'm gonna say this. You guys, I like Darian Butler a lot at ASU, but I'm gonna go with Drake Thomas. I think they like this guy. They're both UDFAs. I like the measurables. I think Drake Thomas plays the run well. I think Darian Butler is more along the lines of a special teams guy. I would take Drake Thomas over Darian Butler at this point. What do you got, Big Mike?
Drake Thomas is more he's that old school, hit you in the mouth type of linebacker. Now, do we need how many of those do we really need, to be honest with you? I mean, that's the question you got to ask. Yeah. I mean, and then we don't really have that type of guy. Denzel Perryman was our guy like that last year.
Yeah.
You can argue and say that Divine Diablo might be that guy this year, but we need probably a second guy. So I would say Drake Thomas over Darian Butler because of that reason.
Shout out to Beavers, bro. You look like RZA on the Wu-Tang Saga on Hulu.
Yo, you ever hear how that dude that plays RZA talk? He's like,
yes.
Yo, listen, we got to go make a song. Make a song, God. Yo, he don't never talk normal, bro. That dude is the worst, bro.
He's from LA. That's what's so funny, bro.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Well, who you got, Hammer? You got Drake Thomas. I think I know where you're going with this. But who
Drake,
you got, Thomas?
I'm looking at the chat. Somebody just who's it? Walt said Butler has a year in the system. That's cool, but Drake has the size over Butler.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I got Drake Thomas over Darian Butler.
If Darian makes this roster, it's probably going to be more as a special teams piece.
I think so.
I knew you. Shut up, wasted. You want to tell everybody how the fuck you weren't following me on Instagram for over a year and a half? You son of a
you want
bitch.
to air the dirty laundry?
Wow.
Hey, bro. It always be the ones that's closest to you, bro, to be stabbing you in the back.
Yo.
Never-
Oh! I see what we doing here. I see what we go. I need some backup.
Hey, fucking Hammer, man. Let me tell you something, man. Me and Wasted had a conversation, man. We said, why the fuck will we follow a guy named Hammer, man? It's a guy named Hammer, man, who's built like a goddamn garbage can, man. Graphk, man. You instigating son of a bitch, man. Why don't you just grow a fucking treasure troll haircut like Don King and start promoting fights in Mount ShieldMore, you fucking asshole.
Hey, Gru. Hey, let me ask you something real quick, Gru.
Hey, man, what's going on, man?
Hey, look, this shit is crazy, bro. I'm gonna show you something real fast. This is insane, bro. Holla at your man Wasted, man. You know, he's out here. You know, he's ShieldMore. We know this. This is our brother, man. But he's very disrespectful, right? Very disrespectful.
Man. Oh man.
I gotta show you this, man.
Oh man. Hey man, listen. Let me tell you something. It was an oversight. It was an oversight. Listen, it's an oversight, man. I was following Hammer's personal page, and I thought he changed it to Hammer's house. I didn't know he had another account. You know what I mean? My bad. My bad, Hammer. My bad, Hammer. Listen,
Hey,
no, listen. Hey, man. Hey, man. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, Hammer, man. Sometimes I don't like seeing that fucking face of yours, man. I'm sorry, man. To be honest with you, man.
Shout out to Alan Raider, man. Great show, guys. Keep up the great work. Salute to you, brother. Thank you so much for the donation. We always we don't know where these are going at the time, but we don't even care. It's all in the same pot. We appreciate you guys so much, man. Shout out to Beavers. I got to read this. This is actually a real headshot from my business days.
Yo, I'm not buying no insurance from you with that picture, bro.
I don't know.
It's still a Prime America and shit, yo.
I know, right? They look like RZA, bro. They look like RZA to me, bro, on the Hulu joint. I don't know, bro.
He's like, yo, we gotta get this demo done, yo.
Take the picture, y'all.
Yo, take the picture. Yo, what's the mathematics for the day, God?
Yo, he's stupid, man. Salute, man. Anybody got anything else? We're over an hour, man. I know Wasted got a few things to do. We still got a few more minutes. What? Anybody got some questions?
I gotta say is fuck you and Hammer with a sick dick. Fuck both of you. And pause if necessary.
Oh yeah, pause for sure. Walt says DM Walt, worry is who's starting on the outside. Is Graham smart enough to put Hobbs back in the slot? It sounds as though Hobbs is going to start on the outside. He's on the perimeter, and it looks though Duke Shelley's probably going to have that other outside job. I don't know if they're planning on putting Bennett in the slot or having Tyler Hall play, but I think that you guys agree. I think Duke Shelley and Hobbs are the perimeter guys, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but they do sound like they like Brandon Faison a lot too. So be very, very afraid.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know, big body guy put on the outside. Yeah, pause if necessary. Waste. I felt like the sign was coming up. Yeah, so. But yeah, I think that's who we got. Walt said no. Like I like Duke Shelley, man. I know he's a little undersized. I like him on the outside. And I think that Nate Hobbs can get it done on the outside too. But you know, Walt, we've been screaming to have Nate Hobbs back in the nickel, but it looks as though he's going to be bouncing, you know, from outside to the inside. So I don't know. I think he's predominantly on the perimeter.
He played
realistically. This is what Walt wanted to say in the chat, but he didn't. Fuck.
Yep. Straight up. I still think Tyler Hall gets it though. I know he said no tackling. The problem why you don't put him in the slot. I think Tyler Hall still has the nod, but we're hearing good things about him early in OTAs. No pads are on, nothing yet. But it sounds as though Bennett is getting some work out there with the starters. So, but I still have Tyler Hall starting in the slot with Duke and Nate Hobbs on the outside. That's who I have. I would love that, Webb. I would love that. And then at that point, maybe put Shelley in the slot.
I'd be incredibly happy to see Ja'Cory and Bennett start.
Me too.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Let me see. What do y'all think about Marcus Epps' training camp video? I didn't see.
Was that the one where he was mic'd up? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I did get an alert for it, but I didn't get a chance to watch
I'm
it.
gonna have to check that out. I haven't seen it yet.
You guys think about bringing back Worley?
Yo, what the fuck just happened, bro? Yo. In sub packages, we can just put Bennett or Amik on the outside and put Hobbs in the slot.
Amik is. I'm telling you, I'm gonna continue to say that I don't think Amik makes a roster.
You don't think
You think he makes it?
I don't think Amik makes
Oh,
it.
you don't think? Okay, that's what I thought. That's what
Yeah, I don't think so.
Damn, I don't know.
You have guys like Tyler Hall and Sam Webb. I don't.
And David Long Jr., another guy that we got in free agency.
Oh, shit.
We keep like not mentioning him, but at the same time, on the offensive side of the ball, Graphk, you keep failing to mention Philip Dorsett. Do you not see him making the roster?
Hey, until he comes on the show, I definitely think he's going to be a starter.
Yo, man, hey, let me tell you something, man. Dorsett, man, he might be the greatest wide receiver, right up under Jerry Rice, man. That guy might be the greatest receiver I've ever fucking seen, man. Until you come on the show.
Oh man, nah, but look, that wide receiver room, man. There's a lot
receivers right now, man.
That's the strongest positional group, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. If Philip Dorsett makes the roster, he must be doing some great things out there. I mean, OTAs and mini camp and going into training camp, because that is a tough man, dog. We are very deep pause if necessary at the wide receiver position, man. Like
That's our
crazy.
deepest positional group, I would say.
Easily.
Between the receivers, the defensive line, and the offensive line. Those are like
I go O-line, receivers, running backs. Oh no, tight end. The tight end room.
Nah, the wide receiver, bro.
No.
Look at the quality. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about as far as quality, bro. You got like two.
Oh no, receivers are still number one, bro.
Number
I just think with Coop, with Hooper, with Mayer, and with Jesper Horsted, and then OJ, we're pretty deep in the tight end room too.
Yeah.
So,
It all depends on how Mayer plays. You know what I mean? But from all indications, bro, he looks like.
Hey, don't sleep on OJ Howard though. Like I don't know why, man. I feel like he could get a resurgence on his career.
I think he's
a great blocker. He's a great blocker.
Yeah, but that's questionable still. Like we talked about that when we did the predictions, and I think a lot of us didn't have OJ Howard making the roster. I know I didn't.
I know they love Horsted. I've heard personally from them that they love Horsted. So if one guy is the odd man out, it's not who. It's not Mayer. It has to be, it has to be OJ. You know what I mean? It has to be. And I'm hearing good things, Primos, about Cam Sims. I am a firm believer in Cam Sims. I talked to my boy. He runs a Commanders podcast. He was pissed when Cam left because he really truly believed him. He just didn't get a lot of opportunities in DC. So I think that this regime has an understanding of how good Cam Sims can be, and I think that they're going to unlock that potential this year. So
is Cam going to be a guy that's kind of utilized the way that Mac Hollins was for us last year?
Yes.
Should be.
And I think you'll see him in red zone situations a lot because of the measurables. Put him out there, two tight ends. So you put Hooper out there, you put Mayer, you got Cam out there, you got Devontae. Bro, you can't guard that in red zone.
Cam's like what, 6'5"?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they got rid of Mac Hollins. I think Mac Hollins played all right last year.
He absolutely did.
Oh, he did. Yeah. But and he took a pay cut to go to Atlanta. I think he only made $2 million. I don't think he only had $2 million.
His market value was only 2.5. So
yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Cam Sims was cheaper. So I mean, and he'll play special teams as well. But look, we all there's always that one player, right? We fall in love with every year that did okay, and we're like, oh man. Mac Hollins did okay. To be honest with you, great gunner, great special teams guy, great leader in the locker room. How many times did he down the ball? I mean,
like a handful.
Bro,
like he did a fucking phenomenal job on special teams last year.
I had to mute him on Instagram, bro. That motherfucker was getting on my nerves with all that bullshit he does on social media, yo. Yeah, man. Yeah. All of that, but walking around with no shoes on and shit. I just want to just fucking break his.
Hey, baby girl.
I can't get my leg up that high, so let me not try.
Oh, that little B.
Little B.
Hello.
That's my girlie right there. She's like, what is going on right now, Pops?
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Is this the best wide receiver core that Devontae Adams has ever played with, ever in his career?
No,
I
he
don't
had
think
Jordy.
so.
He had Jordy. He had Driver. Like, bro, he's
Yeah,
had
Randall Cobb.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, not even close. Now, top 3 maybe.
Okay.
But yeah. No, we remember he got drafted in 2014, and they had a phenomenal wide receiver room out there in Green Bay.
Who did they have as tight ends over there? Like throughout.
Graham was in New Orleans at the time, right? Graham.
I was gonna ask, wasn't Jimmy Graham there for like a year? Maybe
He was there. He was there in
They
New
had
Orleans.
Jared Cook there for a little bit.
Yep, Jared Cook was there.
Jared Cook been everywhere in the National Football League, bro.
Yeah.
This dude been on mad teams, bro. He must have jerseys all over
Last
his
I
house.
heard, he was on the Chargers, right?
Who?
Jared Cook.
Nah, where is Cook now?
He went from the Raiders to the Saints, and then from the Saints to the Chargers.
The Chargers got that guy Donald Parham, that big tall dude.
Yeah,
He's like 6'8".
I don't know where Jared Cook's at now.
he's a free agent right now.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, but bro, he's probably done. He's 36 years old.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah,
Jared Cook up.
Jared Cook up. He was great for us.
Yeah, he was. DC used to throw it to him in the corner of the end zone a lot on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I like Cook, man.
He
Bro,
was
his
our
eyes-
best
Jared-
target for a little bit.
Cook's eyes scare the shit out of me, bro. I gotta get the hell off this. Oh,
Why you say that?
that motherfucker was like this,
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
and then there's a hell of bags and shit. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I will never Google Jared Cook again.
You filthy mouth heathen. It's a child on the screen, brother.
Oh no!
Wrong.
Well, I know her dad, so I have a feeling that
Yeah.
It's a few expletives that come out.
yeah, Jermichael Finley was there.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, never mind.
compared
I
Darren
thought I had a take, but never mind, man.
If Drake Thomas makes this roster, I'm getting a Drake Thomas jersey.
I'm no longer doing it anymore. Not
I gotta get Jacobs' new one now.
Woodson, Timmy, Howie Long, Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, the old schools. I'm like moving forward. I'm not buying no new shit anymore. Bro.
I need the new Jacobs jersey just because that's my guy. That's it.
Yeah, that's the last jersey I bought.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs the last. It's because one of the reasons why I don't buy jerseys. I feel like every time I buy a Raiders jersey, they trade them.
Didn't you almost buy a jersey when we were in Vegas last year that was like, who was it? Somebody's jersey was up for like 50% off, and then like he was gone shortly after, and you almost bought the jersey.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, it was Brian Edwards.
That's right.
Yeah. I almost bought it. Yeah, baby T.O. I was going to buy that.
T.O. And now he out here in the A, man. He out here in the A, man.
I'm cool.
Yeah, those
bro.
T.O. comparisons were a stretch for sure.
Oh my gosh, man, that was Mr. Fantastic Plastic Man level stretch right there.
I think the Mayor jersey may be the safest one, though. I think the Mayor jersey may be the safest.
Maybe Gronk.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's going to be with the Raiders his entire career. He might be a guy that plays here his whole career. So
I'm not getting any more jerseys. I'm good with my custom jersey. That's it. I wear that one more than the rest of them anyways.
Yo, how you just change your opinion like that, bro? You just said you was going to get one now.
I thought about it. Like, realistically, I really only wear the custom jersey now. all my other jerseys are hanging in the closet. I only wear the custom one now.
Man, get out of here, bro. You know you gonna get you a jersey, man.
You said y'all better have a Crosby jersey. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Hey, wasted. Hey, those card jerseys are on sale crazy right now, bro.
Like
I
$25
mentioned the guy 2 times. I mentioned the guy 2 times in the show. Now all of a sudden, I'm a Kardashian now.
2 times a show. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Okay. All right, we doing that. Okay, listen, man. You know me, man. Listen, Wasted.
Hey, the chat. Moving forward, okay? We got to call Wasted on his shit. Every time he mentions Derek Carr, flood the block. Flood the block.
It's okay. It's okay, bro. It's okay, bro.
Yo, Nation, you want to get me one? Because I'll take that jersey.
I have one.
What? Get you a what jersey?
Tay jersey.
Yeah.
The Tay jersey. You don't have one yet?
Mm-mm.
I got a Tay. I got a Max. I got a Josh.
You don't wear that Max no more.
Yeah, he wears it all the time. You talking about? Wears it all the time.
Yeah. The same Billings
I will say this about Max Crosby is he's going to be the sack leader this year.
Easily. All right, y'all. No, but facts though. Facts. Hey, I'm saying at least 17. Do you think he can break Greg Townsend's record?
No.
Yeah, I think he can. Nah. One extra game, bro.
Does it count if it's one extra game? That's why I said no.
I mean, it still counts. I mean, technically. Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. Stabler 12. Yeah. You can always go with the old schools like that. Yeah. Definitely. Y'all are crazy. These ShieldMore guys, man, they're insane, man. If our DTs perform, Max will have at least 19 sacks. Shit.
Man,
bro, like
Big Mike, stop doing that, bro.
Time out. Isn't that Michael Strahan's record like 19 or something?
Yo,
yeah.
No, I thought it was like 20,
22,
something like that. 21, 22.
Was it?
It's not Strahan though. Somebody broke Strahan's record.
I think Strahan still got the record, doesn't he?
Hold on. No, somebody. I'm pretty sure somebody did break it or got very, very close to it.
No, Strahan still.
It was like somewhere between 19
22 and a half. Michael Strahan in 2001. 22 and a half.
JJ Watt got close one year, I think. And then
That's right.
I think did TJ Watt get close or was it JJ?
TJ had 22 and a half. He tied it in 2021.
It was TJ, right?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's
Jared
crazy.
Allen has the third most with 22.
Think about that. 22 and a half sacks in 16 games.
Damn, Mark Gastineau. God damn.
That's the original sack leader.
What's that, like a sack and a half a game or something like that?
Yeah, Mark Gastineau was a beast. I remember Mark Gastineau, man. He was a beast.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are the only safe jerseys right now. At this point, is Crosby and Tay. Like, those are the only ones that even safe to get.
Yep.
Bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, for me, it's to the point now where like it's just legends. You gotta earn me buying your jersey, bro, because until we get a regime that really like puts a winning culture out there, you can't hang your hat on anything because if we keep losing every 3 years, there's gonna be a new guy in here running people out of here. So until they earn and win something and start winning playoff games and give us some of the memories that we used to have. That's the only guys that I support, guys who really put it down as Raiders.
Turco, that's facts. I do remember Brett Favre laying down for Michael Strahan for that one, to break the record. Remember that?
He rolled right into him. He did a bootleg right into him. I remember that.
I do remember that. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I'm gonna let all my brothers go enjoy their Sunday with their families. I know little bro B got his baby there, man. Big Mike over got the family. I know Hammer got some things going. Wasted got to go do some things. Salute. I got brunch with my kids and my wife, so I'm gonna go bust a move too. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. As always, we appreciate you guys for always rocking with us, man. On the way out, subscribe to all the channels. Big Mike, Hammer, Wasted, myself. One day B may have a channel, but this dude be catting, bro. This shit is crazy. But you know what I mean? With that being said, man, wipe them feet on the way out, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. We love y'all. We appreciate you guys. As always. And shout out to Wi-Fi.
This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.